back at a local river where we've had some fairly good days and some fairly poor days, recently. But we found a little rapid, and in the bottom of the rapid there's some large boulder, and what we're doing is lifting out the boulders and clearing the gravels. There's a lot of black sand and hematite in it, so we're hoping there'll be some gold falling out there as well. I'm trying out today the new dream mat sluice that I made. I bought a dream mat sluice second hand off a guy on Facebook for 70 quid, and it's 3 feet by 10 inches. So I made a sluice box this morning to put it into, and I've set it up downstream here. I'll show you that in a moment. I put some V-mat at the top and 2 drop riffled nugget traps, just in case, because I don't entirely trust the dream matting yet. But we'll see how it goes as the day goes on. See if it's as good as people in America say it is. So this is the little sluice box that I made. Well, it's not little, it's over 4 feet long. It's quite a big sluice box. But we made this morning. There's the dream matting there. And the first riffle is a nugget trap with a hole behind it in the rubber. And the second one is just the lift plate to get the material up on the dream matting. And it definitely does seem to be clearing quite quickly. We have dammed the river off there with 2 sandbags to get the whole flow, because we didn't have a very good place to set this. But we have a little bit of a drop built up now and a bit of flow, so we'll see how we get on. There's a huge gravel bar there just downstream that we tried working a couple of times, but we just didn't find any gold in it. Well, a few fine dots. Can't really work out where the gold's fallen out there. We've done a line right across that gravel bar before, and several people have tried it, but no one's had any luck. As we're just moving all the big boulders, and we're lifting out the pebbles and gravel in the buckets and just throwing the bucket straight down it. It's holding up a little bit in the V-matting, but once it hits the dream mat, it definitely seems to be clearing. Panel mate Ian, who I've known for far too long, and he's got recently very addicted to gold mining. Probably my fault again. So I'm going to show you this bucket here of ponds. It's or of material. It's just pebbles and gravel. It's not classified, just the big rocks lifted out of it. And we're just throwing it in a little bit at a time on the dream mat. Well, not a little bit at a time, we're throwing on about a third of a bucket at a time. But you can see the dream mat definitely clears quite quickly. Seems to be processing it well. Everything's dancing in the riffles. And even up at the top there, the riffle plate. Okay, it's clean up time. We've done about 30 buckets roughly in this spot, and you can see all the little holes in the dream mat are black. They're full of black sands, bits of hematite, and hopefully plenty of gold. We've seen a few pieces sitting in them, but they flick around and it's hard to get a good gauge of whether you're catching much or not. So we're doing our clean out, and it looks really good. There's a lot of gold here at the very top and along the first riffle nugget trap. Lots of nice pieces all the way along. A couple of little specks up in here in the first corner, and then down on our dream matting, if you can see it, you can see the gold in it all along the top, and each swirl or hole or whatever you want to call it seems to have little pieces all through it. A lot of black sands. There's a nice piece of hematite there. So we're going to clean up and see what we've got, but it's looking very healthy at the moment. No sign of any gold. Lots of black sands and hematite down here, but no sign of any gold down towards the bottom of the sluice, which is what we're hoping for. Possibly something there, which is quite far down. Quite a long way down, but I'm not sure. Hard to say. Definitely most of it is up here at the top, and in my custom built trap do nugget. Home from the gold mat
our dream mat test at the river, and we did very well. So I'm going to weigh up. I have it cleaned up and I have it dried out on the oven, and I'm going to weigh it up now and see what we did. On top of what we got in the dream mat, I found 3 little pieces with the Gold Monster 1000, my metal detector, which I think is very, very good. So we weigh up the bigger piece that we got first. There's some nice chunky little bits, and I'll just tear this and see how we got. I weigh everything up in grams. So I think that's the biggest piece we found. And it is 3.26 grams. Excellent. Excellent. Very happy with that. Great times. Then I got this little piece as well, the detector, which is really rounded. Very different from that, although they're nearly beside each other. And it is 2.38 grams. And the third piece that I found with the detector was a little wedge-shaped piece here. And it is 1.55 grams. So the 3 large pieces together, which is already much higher than my average day, is 7.2 grams, 7.20 grams. On top of that, what we got out of the dream mat was quite a bit of fine material. Well, it's chunky gold, some dust, all different sizes. There's the biggest piece that came out of the dream mat, just here. And it's on its own is a gram, exactly 1 gram, 1.00 grams. 0.99, it's gone through now. Give a wiggle around, make it a nice even gram. There we go. Nope, 0.99. And we got all this stuff as well. So the stuff, they're some very, very fine flour gold nearly. And some pieces and chunks, and the dream mat seemed to catch it all. So 12.57 grams from the dream mat, from about 40 buckets maybe throughout the day. And on top of that, we add our 3 pieces to see what our total is. We have a total of 19.77 grams of gold, which is one of my best days in a long, long time. And apart from the 3 pieces of the metal detector, all of it was caught on the dream mat. I think I can conclusively say that it's definitely catching the gold and doing its job. When we're out looking for gold and we're digging, we're looking for certain parts of the river. Some parts of the river will have no gold at all, and some parts will have very good gold like we found today. I'm very, very happy with that. Really, really good news. Now, one of the indicators in the rivers in Ireland that I've found in most places is hematite, because it's very, very heavy. I mean, that weighs an awful lot. So there's some hematite that we found today along with all that gold. And there's 4 pieces. It's dried out a little bit, but it's very shiny when it's wet and very heavy. So there's 4 pieces, a big, big chunk. And anywhere where we're finding big lumps of hematite, it's a good indicator that there's good gold in the area as well. There's only 2 places where I've found good hematite and haven't found good gold. Now this is quite unusual, and I keep it all. I keep all the hematite I find just because it's nice and heavy and shiny. But to give you an idea of how heavy it is, there's the smallest piece I've got, and it's nearly 3.25 grams, just over 3.25 grams. It's very small. I mean, the same piece in gold would obviously weigh more, but it's about the next heaviest thing in the river to the gold. And you often see very small pieces of it all through the sluice box. In fact, the dream mat, every single little catch in the dream mat was packed with small pieces of hematite. So just another indicator to keep an eye out for, the type of gravel as opposed to just any gravel. You want the shinier the better. Nice shiny gravels is always a good sign, and heavy gravels, because heavy gravels and gold are going to be together in the river. So really, that's it for this video. That's my test for the dream mat. I'm very happy with it, and I'll definitely be using it again. We can put a lot of material through. The only problem I would have with it, if I have to be subjective, is you can't really tell how much gold you're getting. You can see if there's any gold in it, but it's a lot harder to tell whether it's very good gold, or, I mean, I knew we had good gold today, but I was maybe expecting about 6 grams looking at the dream mat. And that's really it. I'm very pleased with it. You have to get it set right. We found if it isn't flowing very, very fast, it can back up a little bit, but we put the whole river channel diverted through it, and a good drop, and it worked really well. It was clearing a bucket every 30 seconds, so it saved a lot of time from feeding the sluice box.